Commander, this is my team. Our team. I should give you a heads up. There are 4 checkpoints. We'll be stopping at 2 on the way to Winterhold, and the other 2 on the way back from Dawnstone. There are sirens posted. If you have to take care of personal business on the trip, the rest of the team will be waiting at the last visited checkpoint. The agents with the scout reports will be waiting at the local taverns. I'll need to be present so I can recite the code word and get the papers. If they're smart, they'll strike after checkpoint 4. Getting back up from the palace isn't as easy with visitors coming and going. They know that. We're ready when you are. Hop on the carriage and we'll be on our way.
Great. Are you ready now? It'll be a bumpy ride. Hold on.
We have a problem. Aradarum is telling me that the siren mage we saw by the pool needs to get to the palace. Protocol states that we can't substitute one mission for another, and...
Enough protocols. I need Alaray out of here now. She's mentally unfit and a burden to me and Emmy. If she ends up getting killed, her blood is on your hands. We've done all we could.
We're expecting an encounter with Purity and the heroes on our route. Alare would be much safer here than with us.
You would be safer if we got rid of the annoyance. Once she's out of here, I can return to guarding this checkpoint without having to look over at Alaray every minute. You're too predictable, Lilith. Always abiding by the rules. Let me talk some sense into you through this commander. A male joining the Sirens? Are we really that desperate for help? Like I said, take the Dunma girl away so we can get back to guarding this post. All of you, fools! I will inform Trisha of this idiocy and have Alaray punished for desertion. May she curse your team of cowards for abandoning her. And tell the cold-hearted bitch, Lilith, to have fun at the next checkpoint with Misha. She deserves what's coming to her.
Did you convince Aradarum to keep Alare here? Ignore her anger. She's let her passion justify poor decisions in the past. Misha. Now I understand why I haven't seen her for a while at the palace. Aradarum and Misha are 2 of Freya's pupils. Anyone trained by Freya tends to look at me in disgust. I'd rather not get into it. The memories are painful. We're done here.
Are we done here? Checkpoint 2 away. It'll get colder from here on out. Huddle up, ladies.
Commander, it's Lilith. I don't think she went up the hill to check in with Misha. Don't worry, she's fine. But I think she sat under a tree. She's too afraid to face Misha after the incident. Yes, I don't think Lilith would want me to talk about it. It's something we've kept to ourselves for a very long time. The only others who know are the ones that were involved. Lilith never loses her calm, but when it comes to dealing with Freya and her students, who knows how she will react. Commander, can you go check on her? We need to leave as soon as we can, for Lilith's sake.
I couldn't do it. Gods, I couldn't. I'm such a coward. I tried, but I couldn't bring myself to get halfway. Misha would kill me this time. Even now that she's blind, she would still kill me. All I need to say is, you're safe. No problems yet. But I can't even say that. Not after what I've done. Commander, please, do me a favor. Let Misha know that we're proceeding into Winterhold. That is all you need to say. Try not to talk about me, or ask questions. It would get ugly.
Loud, not silent like purity. Who approaches? Scout reports. You're the honorary commander that I was told about. You already reek of Lilith's scent. Stay for a while. We are in the middle of something interesting. I know that you defeated the heroes of Jonestead, but a siren has yet to taste that victory. For all the women lost in Fort Azarath, for all the pain inflicted by this man's brothers on my sisters, he must be punished. I want to make him my brother in darkness. His right eye is already broken. Only his left is left. Enjoy the last moments of your sight, Mom. Soon all you will have left to enjoy in this life will be the music of my sirens. Only the music can drown out the screams. Commander, please, gouge the eye out of this monster. I need rest. Sirens! The melodies! Louder!
Did something happen? What? Okay, let's hurry and get out of here. Ready to go? Good. Talia went on ahead. She'll meet us at the Frozen Hearth. Our agent will be there as well.
I've been looking for you. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go with this god's forsaken?
Come on in, just stokes the fire.
Paso silum mara.
There is no need for that. This one knows who you are, Lily. The papers. Here. Interesting activity.
Thanks.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep walking.
We got the papers. Just a quick look through them and it gives us a better idea on what's going on over at Pazarath. Not yet. There's something I want to show you. Come.
Are you referring
It
to
isn't
your
too
other
far.
customers? No, everything is quite all right. I expect a bit of animosity now and then.
I see. Well,
Follow me. It's just outside of town.
Let's see. Everything stopped moving? You don't look like a slowed. Yep, all sober now. I'll see you two back at the carriage. Take your time. It's not like
Got a
we're freezing out
problem,
here.
buddy? Look, I don't take contracts from people like you. So why don't you do me a favor and shove off?
Open the safe and take out the bottle. There it is. The thing that started this war. Project Purity called it Aerosap. One drop is all it takes to increase the sex drive of a female victim to extreme levels. It has no effect on males, just as Purity intended. Once the victim is under the influence, the effects are permanent, until they are past the age of childbearing. The psychological effects stay for a lifetime. All the sirens know the story of the Pinder twins that were poisoned by this. 200 years ago, the world was so close to destruction, and they didn't even know it. Not because of the Oblivion Crisis, but because of this. If Purity's plans hadn't been foiled, we'd all be under their reign. They would have distributed it to the wealthiest clients first. They would have controlled our populations. All it took was one person to stop that from happening. Serenity, the being that our order is named after. Her sacrifice to destroy the source of Arasap set Purity back years. Enough time for the Pinder family to grow and expand, to fight, and to die. Each generation has sacrificed everything to stop Purity. God's willing. Kasha will not be among them. That's the last bottle of Arasap. It's not mine. It's Freya's. There. No. Freya doesn't need it. You've seen her. Probably talked to her. She kept it as a trophy. I don't know how she got her hands on it in the first place, but it's definitely the last. There were 23 bottles accounted for in recovered Purity manifests. All but one was destroyed. She showed it off whenever we came up here for training. It gave us a motivation to persevere. There's no need for that now. We have all the motivation we need after everything that's happened. I wanted to ask you something, but it should wait. Talia must be getting worried sick. Return to the carriage when you're ready to leave for Dawnstar.
One city down, one more to go. You don't need to tell me twice.
Got the reports, but we might have trouble. There was an odd man in leather armor at the inn. He was obviously interested in me and the agent. Anyway, you should go check to see if he's going to give us any trouble. I can't go with you since he's already Be careful.
They say that vampires attacked the horde of the Vigilance, burned it to the ground.
It's a curse. It has to be. I've got to get out of this.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mother.
Crying out loud, what it... Ah, damn. You're not my drinking buddy. Drinking away my troubles, friend. You? Who are you? A husband? Can a man scope out the goods without having somebody jump down his throat? You know what? There is. But I ain't talking. Unless you buy me some Blackbriar mead. Yeah.
What I can to end these nightmares. In the meantime, all I ask.
Need a
over
room?
here.
Let's sate that appetite, huh? See ya.
I will. Thank you.
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
What troubles you, my son?
So you bought me some meat or what? Then why are we talking?
This is a local favorite, and one of the first songs I ever learned. Ragnar
Sorry.
the Red.
Let's sate that appetite, huh? All right then.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Warwickstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
And you all?
Did Ragnar the Red when he met the
Yes.
shoe maiden Matilda
Let's sate that
said,
appetite, Until next time.
"Oh, you talk and you lie and
So
you
you bought me
take
some
my
meat or...
money. Now I think it's high time that you
That's
learn
the
about
good
the
stuff.
deed."
Yeah.
And
So
then
here's the
he
thing.
smashing of steel
I was so
boys
interested
until
in the
times
blue-haired
they were
freak
real.
because their kind had crossed paths with my old
And the
family.
braggart named Ragnar was
Ever heard of the Dark Brotherhood?
When he
I used to
was
be
ready,
with them
pulled
before they
up on the
kicked me
floor.
out. Me and my buddies were all blamed for botching those strings of missions a while back. Don't know if you've ever heard of them Ashen women with a tendency to stick their fingers into our business. Every single damn mission. They showed up. Stole our kill, gold, whatever. And we were all freshly inducted into the Brotherhood. Poor sobs who barely killed a couple of mercs before we started going after the big contracts. All of us were kicked out for such pathetic attempts at fulfilling our duties. They didn't believe a word we said. Can you believe it? The hottest women this side of Tamriel beat us to the punch. Oh, don't go telling that story around the taverns. Yep, but I don't have to tell you that. You know her. Sell you to an item or what? Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Listen here. I want some serious payback against those bitches. Just say the word and me and my buddies will follow you to the ends of the world to take them out. Mother always said to go out with a bang. I'd die happy if I got to sink my sword into at least one of them for getting me kicked out of the family. Whatever you say, but if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Just ask for Dimitri. I can get my entire crew ready within days. Remember, you... Hey, barkeeper! Another drink! I'm dying of thirst over here.
Did you figure out why he was so curious? Okay, that's what I thought. Assuming he's not lying, I doubt he has any affiliations with the Heroes or Purity. We should get going. The way back will be a lot more eventful, with a possible ambush. Remember to stay alert.
Let's hit the road. Keep your eyes peeled for shady characters.
Commander? Yes. I take it you're going to ask about Misha? It was years ago, when I was still in training. My performance caught the attention of Freya. She offered to become my personal instructor. I'd heard rumors of her rigorous training exercises from my sisters. None were detailed enough to give me an idea of what to expect. I accepted. It wasn't long before I met her other students. Our dog. There were others. Many perished at Pasarath. But these three were the ones that I grew closest to. Our lessons were very basic to begin with, but they evolved to become more complex and demanding. When we were finally given missions, Freya's true colors were shown. She tortured our targets. Made them suffer needlessly to get information we could have easily gotten without violence. It wasn't long before she ordered us to do the same. I refused. In return, I was mocked by the same students that I had learned to call sisters. I was called weak and pathetic, unworthy. All except Misha. She was the one person who stayed silent, and the only one who provided comfort. I chose to stay, even as the insults and punishment for disobeying orders grew more severe. One day, Freya took us to Winterhold for what was supposed to be a routine training exercise. Disgusting acts upon one another. That's all you have to know. More determined than ever, I stood my ground. Freya's tolerance finally broke. She grabbed me by the neck and threw me to the ground. A barrage of punches and kicks followed. All she could do was laugh hysterically. I almost lost consciousness. When it was finally over, I got up to face Freya. She grinned. Before I could decide whether I was willing to sacrifice my life to kill this woman, I heard a whisper behind me. Lilith, you're a disgrace. I should have known. Misha had eventually reduced her contact with me until it became non-existent. That sentence confirmed everything. She was no longer a friend. She had become another casualty of Freya's teachings. So I turned around and set out to end her life. I got on top of her and gouged out her eyes. Screams. Freya started laughing. I stopped and realized what I was doing. I was in shock. Freya congratulated me for finally fulfilling the very first order she had given all of us. Torture another being. Misha's screams had alerted the guards. We had no choice but to abandon her. It was several weeks before she showed up at the palace. She had escaped from jail and made her trek by foot, blind, bloody, and naked. Freya was elated to see her student again. All I could feel was shame. I left Freya's group and returned to resume my original training. I haven't spoken to Misha since. Maybe, but I'll deal with it when the time comes. I could have left Serenity Sirens after the incident, but I didn't. Even though I disagreed with everything Freya put me through. I chose to stay. It would have been selfish of me otherwise. Our order was born out of a man's hope to save his family, and to destroy the evil that was infecting the world. How could I abandon a cause like that? I showed you at Winterhold why we choose to fight. Our methods might not be the same, but we are all sisters, fighting for something we can believe in. But you have your own journey ahead of you, to stop the dragons and save the world. So why are you helping us? The Pinder daughter, yet she has chosen to fight as well, refusing to let you take the responsibility of being her guardian. Commander, do you like her? And when there is nothing left to fight, what do you plan on doing with the rest of your life? You have no reason to worry. Your future will come to you. I don't know. Marcus promised us that we would all be free when purity was removed from the world. That all sirens would be welcome to live in Jonesstead, where we could live out the rest of our lives in peace. But he's dead. Matari has never spoken to us of the future, and none of us have really cared. She's like a mother to some of us. Her presence gives some of us hope that everything will be alright, no matter the outcome. Disbanding Serenity Sirens after the war was Marcus's plan. With Matari, I think she wants to keep the order intact, so we can all be together. Did I? Sorry, I misspoke. The truth is, I'm just as curious about our fate as you are. Understood. You should get some rest before you... Paso silu maru. Peace be with you, brother.
My head. What happened? Let's go. All right.
A trap.
But why here, when checkpoint 4 is just up ahead? Unless...
Come, but keep your weapon drawn. Let him make no sudden movements.
Oh, kind young lass. Have mercy on a pitiful man.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
But what reason would I have to harm such noble souls?
Are you really expecting us to fall for your charade, Purity?
No. I expect you to fall for this.
routed. I'll have you dead. I'll guide you. This is your last step.
This is bad. Real bad.
As expected.
Report.
I knocked this guy outright when he was about to kill Talia. Nice invisibility spell. Too bad rogues can have
200 years and you still haven't learned.
Thanks, Sammy. I owe you one.
Don't mention it.
Good work, all of you. It seems we have this man in our hands now. Good thing we left the hero behind at checkpoint 2. A purity prisoner is far more valuable.
You've gained nothing. In fact, I believe you've lost more today than you know. How fare the sirens that you visited one by one on your way here? Do you realize our lack of concern of reinforcements coming to your aid is more than just confidence?
Did your mother never teach you when to shut up?
Stop. We'll find out ourselves if what he says is true. We'll be passing by checkpoint 4 on the way back to the palace. We can confirm whether this man's reports are true, judging by what we find. Either way, we need to leave immediately and alert Trisha. Mount up, everyone.
Follow me to purity, if you will, Commander. All of you, hear me. Do not allow yourself to be led to slaughter fighting for a lie. What has she promised you? Liberty? Salvation? Resist temptation. Denounce your creed.
Is this a joke?
Let him speak.
We know the only means to victory. But do any of you have what it takes? I see a woman blinded by her past who can no longer see the future. Warriors, only the ways of the sword. A drunk.
Hey!
And you, a so-called hero, adoringly praised by his followers. And vehemently cursed by those who aren't so easily swayed by childish portrayals of an infallible being. Like all who came before, you equate victory with survival and peace, defeating one threat to this world after another. Do you not think there are consequences? You are not delaying anything. You are only making it stronger. I ask you again, do any of you have what it takes to purify the world so it can be made whole again? The road to your salvation is not through survival, but destruction. Only then will all be right in the world.
Easy there, Prophet. Or you might go hoarse.
Just if it makes you feel better. None of you will be laughing when the land quakes beneath you, and there will be nothing to do but fall. Bitter about what I said. Good. Not many can face the facts when they come from their supposed enemy. One of them came to you. A holy matron. Did the nymphomaniac gather the strength to speak in between her bouts of idiocy? You're no fool. You can see as well as I do that the Sirens are more than they claim to be. At least when it comes to their leader. Her children are just twisted to follow her word. Quell your impatience. Death will come for you. Do you really want to know? I believe the Observer would have discussed this with you already. If you want to play this little game of pretend, then so be it. You will fail because you don't have the key to stopping Watari. We do. Death. To truly cleanse this world, you will need to restart from the beginning. The dragons are doing that as we speak. But if they fail, then we must finish the job. Erosep wasn't our decision. Like the good puppets we were, we followed orders. Promises of utopia are all you need to bring even the greatest people to fall. Serenity's Sirens and Project Purity share the same mother. Deceit. A cruel mother that you'll have the misfortune of meeting very soon. If you haven't already. Then die. We will pick up after you've fallen. But chin up, lad. We can always rebuild. Time for me to go and face the Siren's music. Do you hear it? It's beautiful.